Before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to Farm Logic, because this is one of those methods that sounds simple, but honestly changes how you see soil forever. What most gardeners call leaf mess is actually the fastest soil-building system nature has ever perfected. Long before compost piles, bins, or turning schedules existed, forests were producing deep, fertile soil year after year, using nothing more than fallen leaves and, well, time. The trick isn't collecting leaves. The trick is how you place them, how you prepare the ground, and how you let biology do the work instead of fighting it. Why compost piles slow down what leaf litter speeds up? Traditional composting isolates organic material from the ground. It requires turning, monitoring moisture, balancing greens and browns, and waiting months for results. Leaf litter systems skip all of that. By placing leaves directly on soil where microbes, fungi, insects and worms already live, decomposition begins immediately and continues without interruption. Instead of breaking material down and then moving it, leaf litter turns the soil itself into the compost system. Why forests build soil without ever turning a pile? In natural systems, leaves fall, overlap, trap moisture, and create a stable microclimate. Fungal networks move in first, breaking lignin and cellulose. Then bacteria follow, unlocking nutrients. Worms pull softened material downward, mixing it with mineral soil. This layered process builds structure, not just nutrients. That structure is what allows roots to breathe, water to penetrate, and life to persist year after year. Why the placement of leaves matters more than the leaves themselves. Dumping leaves in a loose pile won't work. The ancient trick is layering. So, leaves must be placed flat against the soil surface, so moisture can move upward and organisms can move downward. When leaves hover above the soil, decomposition just stalls. But when they're pressed gently into contact, soil life claims them immediately. This is really the difference between slow decay and rapid soil creation. Here's how to apply the leaf litter method step by step in real gardens. Start by cutting existing vegetation low, but do not remove the roots. Then water the area thoroughly so soil life is active. Lay leaves directly on the soil in a thick but breathable layer, ideally 6 to 8 inches deep. It's best to mix leaf sizes if possible. Whole leaves, you see, create air pockets, while shredded leaves increase contact. Lightly water the top layer so leaves settle, but do not compact. Then just leave it alone. No turning, no mixing, no disturbance. Why moisture control accelerates decomposition dramatically? Leaf litter works because it maintains consistent moisture. Too dry and, microbes stall. Too wet and oxygen disappears. The layered leaves regulate this automatically. Rain penetrates slowly, evaporation slows, and the soil beneath stays evenly damp. This stable environment allows fungi to dominate early, which is, critical because fungi break down woody leaf material far faster than bacteria alone. Why fungal activity is the real soil-building engine. Compost piles favour bacteria because turning introduces oxygen and heat. Leaf litter favours fungi because conditions stay cool, moist and, undisturbed. Fungal-dominated soils build carbon faster, resist erosion and support perennial crops better than bacterial-heavy systems. Ancient agricultural soils that lasted for centuries were actually fungal-driven, not compost-driven. So, why does leaf litter build soil depth instead of just fertility? Well, compost adds nutrients, sure, but if it's overused, it often does little for the structure. Leaf litter, on the other hand, builds horizons. Over time, these layers form that mimic forest soil, with organic matter gradually blending into the mineral layers below. This creates deep, resilient soil that resists compaction, drains properly, and, holds nutrients without leaching. Within weeks, the bottom leaf layer darkens and softens. Within months, worms appear in numbers. Within a season, soil texture changes noticeably. After a year, areas treated with leaf litter often outperform compost-fed beds in root depth and moisture stability. This isn't slow gardening, it's fast soil creation using the correct biological sequence. Why ancient farmers trusted leaf systems over manure alone. Manure feeds plants quickly, but can burn soil biology if misused. Leaves feed systems slowly and safely. Many historical farming systems, combined leaves, straw and forest debris with animal inputs to balance nutrient release. The leaf layer acted as protection and regulator, preventing nutrient loss while building long-term fertility. Why this method is ideal for survival and low-input systems. Leaves are local, renewable and abundant. They require no transport, no processing and no tools beyond your hands. In long-term resilience planning, systems that rely on what falls naturally really do outperform those dependent on external inputs. Why, you might wonder, are modern gardeners only now catching up? Industrial agriculture replaced biological patience with chemical speed, and, home gardeners inherited those habits too. As soils degrade and inputs rise in cost, ancient methods are resurfacing, because, honestly, they solve problems at the root, instead of just masking symptoms. If this method reshaped how you think about soil and time, do consider subscribing to Farm Logic. Share this with growers still chasing compost perfection, and help keep proven agricultural knowledge alive, where, frankly, modern shortcuts keep failing.